It is 5 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. I will do roll call. Orly Ross is here from Director of Finance. We got Christopher Kingston, Director of Municipal Services. Peter Scheer, Councillor. Warden Linda Gregory, she is with us through Zoom. We have George Manzer. Here. Councillor Joan Ross. Here. Taylor Robinson, Executive Assistant. And Tyler Pulley, our CAO. I will now pause to seek guidance. All right, now we will begin with administrative and procedural items. Can I get approval of the, is there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I'd like to add an item to the agenda. There's, I have shared a few times the initiative that Even Long is doing around the food security in the Digby. They are applying for grants. They would like to have a letter of support from the municipality. So we'll to just introduce that and see if the rest of the council agrees.
Do you have the letter?
Sorry.
Do you have the letter? The letter of support.
They would like us to write a letter of support.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. They have that to.
What's the name of the organization?
So currently they're calling it the Food Enterprise, but I can get the exact details with them later on. They can ask them to send.
Before we do a letter of support, I'd like to know more about this organization.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what we will discuss when we get to that item.
I hope so.
Come in and do a presentation or something.
So we call it Tim Long
Food Enterprise.
Food Enterprise. Okay. Turn up speaker. I just hear Linda.
Pardon me?
Yep, you just did what I needed you to do. I just want to turn you up, Linda. I couldn't hear you right. Really good.
Oh. Can you hear me okay now?
You're good now. Yep.
Okay.
And all right, can I get approval of the agenda amended?
I'll move the approval of the agenda as amended.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Was there any disclosure of conflict of interest in any of the issues? Right, there's none. There are no presentations tonight. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes of February 10th, 2026?
Yeah.
Here.
I move the adoption of the minutes of February 10th, 2026.
Seconder?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next is the CAO report. Next week is St. Patrick's Day. There's no meeting. March 24th, there is council at 5 p.m. March 31st, there is no meeting. April 7th, there is a bylaw and policy at a special time starting at 3 p.m. April 14th is committee of the whole at 5 p.m. We have an audit committee on April 21st at 5 p.m. Council will be on April 28th at 5 p.m. And on May 5th, we'll have a meeting with Nova Scotia Public Works at 5, followed by a bylaw and policy at 6. Are there any questions on the CAO update? Are there any questions in the department reports? I had a question. What is the JRCC training in St. Mary's Bay? In Paulette Terrier's report.
Joint Rescue JRCC.
I just didn't know what the
Joint Rescue. New procedure for the JRCC training? I'm not sure. Wow.
It's to do with the Coast Guard.
Joint Rescue Coast Guard.
It's they do it with with Greenwood.
It's an exercise there, I remember receiving that on the dispatch.
Okay. Nope.
And perhaps we'll just ask her to not use acronyms to put out the whole thing.
No other questions. Can I get a motion for the reports?
I so move that we accept all reports as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reminded, motion carried. There is no dangerous and unsightly premises this evening. So we'll go into business items. 4.1 is Acacia Valley Trail Society letter of support request.
So this one right in front of you is a letter from the former employee here, Jonathan Wiley. He's currently the president of the Acacia Valley Trail Society, and they are seeking a letter of support from council to be sent to the Premier, the Minister of Environment, and our MLA, Joe Balser, regarding two wood lots that were just put up as proposed harvest sites. And they both affect the Acacia Valley Trail system. So the society is seeking our support for a few reasons. One, the Acacia Valley Trail is quite a large and prominent trail in the area. It's probably one of our more popular ones. In addition to that, it is a ecological flood area full of elevated contributions, as well as a wide variety of wetlands and other areas that should be protected. So all they're looking for from us is a letter of support to designate these two wood lots, known as Pine Brook Lot and Arnold Marshall Lot, as a wilderness protected area.
I would like to make that a motion that we send a letter of support for these two areas, Pine Brook Lot and the Arnold Marshall. I will tell you that this group has done fantastic work, and everything they have done there has been above reproach.
Seconder,
I'll second that.
any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Next is Timberland Shore Wellness Society letter of support.
So this one is another letter of support request. It's from the Timberland Shore Wellness Society. They are a nonprofit addiction and recovery initiative in Southwest Nova Scotia. They're still in the process of getting their feet out from underneath them, trying to find a location for a site, building partnerships, community and political support. To help them along their way, they're looking for a letter of support from us to strengthen them in grant funded applications.
May I?
Yep, go ahead, Linda.
Again, I will tell you, this is greatly needed in the area. And this nonprofit that is going ahead with this is trying to do something that is needed and has been needed for a few years. We have had people, I hate to say this, but end up dying because there was no help available unless you could pay a fortune out for it. And I just think, again, if it's possible, that we should write a letter of support for this.
Making a motion?
I will make that a motion.
Seconder?
Second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Next is 4.3, the food enterprise.
Yeah, so I wanted to introduce the topic here, maybe as Kelly mentioned, council would like to have a presentation done by the group. If so, no problem, we can organize that. But in case people here are agreeable to issuing the letter right away, we can do that as well. So that's basically the conversation. I have mentioned it a few times. What they're doing is they are trying to create a food mart that is local to the Digby area, so that people don't have to drive all the way to the city, to town to buy groceries. The initiative is super interesting. They managed to hire a consultant with the grants that Julie obtained a while back, who's doing some really good work on sort of conceptualizing this in a way that will work for the community there. That was sort of trying to address the actual pain points of the local community. There are different groups there. There are people who want healthier food. There are people who cannot afford food. They cannot afford gas to come and buy food. So there are lots of different issues there we're trying to put together and come up with a solution to address everyone's food needs. So that's basically what the idea is about. How it's going to look like is still a work in progress. The project is currently at the phase where this definition is becoming more clear and tangible. And what they would like to do next is start applying for grants once they have that business plan, so that they can fund the project, make it happen. To that end, having a letter of support from the council would be a great asset. And so this is hence the request. Right now, if you would like them to come and do a presentation before you engage in the matter, that's fine. If not, we'd like to propose it. We write that in support to it.
Questions on that?
What is the name of the nonprofit group, Peter?
I don't know if they incorporated the nonprofit yet. That's also something that is being decided, where it's going to be a nonprofit or what was the other option? Well, there were two different models. They're both not for profit, but one I think is charity, the other nonprofit. I don't really remember well. Currently, it's a project, right? It's called the Food Enterprise.
So under the project, who is endorsing the project? Who's the head one over the project?
Those would be Tim Long and Julie Long, his wife.
So the church.
Yes.
Okay. No, I want to make sure if we're sending a letter of support, you got to know who to.
I imagine they're either going to have to become a nonprofit or run it through the church to be able to get access to those grants they want.
Yeah. I think if they run this through the church, there are some grants that exclude religious organizations. So I think they are creating a separate entity for that. But that entity is not yet really. It's part of the ideation process that is happening right now.
Could we perhaps have them come to council and just do a little bit about it, and so we have who we need to send to for a letter of support and the proper name and everything?
Yeah, sure. I can organize that. Yeah.
It would give us more information in where they are in their process.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea that they come and present this to also that everyone knows what the project is about. I think there's great potential in this if it works as they're imagining. And there's a chance that this could be replicated elsewhere as well, right? Because I think in the other areas of our municipality, there are also food deserts, areas where people are too far from the markets to access that in an easy, cost-effective way. And so let me talk to them and then go from here.
All right. Sounds good. So the next is correspondence. We have a 5.1 Rural Communities Foundation winter newsletter. 5.2, the RCMP retroactive pay liability. So we're kind of getting off easy now, but not.
Okay.
Yeah. Next is the 5.3 Digby Admiral Museum thank you letter. And after that, we have committee reports. I was just going to try tonight. Let's start with Peter and go around, and Linda. We'll just do a report on what we've done this month. Do you want to bring anything up from any committees? I also wanted to bring one thing up. I've noticed in the committees at the bottom, the minutes. Linda and I are the only ones sending in the minutes. I don't know, especially Peter and Joan. I don't know if you guys know. When we go to a committee, when the minutes are accepted, we send them into Taylor. Taylor attaches them to the committee of the whole.
I did send in the waste check on system.
Oh, okay. I didn't see them on your side. But I mean, missed it because it was after the fact. But yeah, I was just looking at that. So. But we'll start with you, Peter.
Yeah. So among my committees, there hasn't been any activity. The only one was the Municipal Fire Association committee that was active, was meeting last week, but I didn't attend, so I'll let Linda call this month.
Okay. And that was it, was it? Okay. You want to go next, Linda?
If you'd let someone else go, I'm trying to find something I want to.
Okay, yeah, no problem. George, go ahead.
Yeah. And yeah, I have been a little slack on sending my minutes in from my meetings.
That's all right. I just wanted to bring it up because I'm trying to read. I know you guys are going, and I'm like, geez, I wanted to see the minutes on that.
Okay, so the Heritage Committee, we haven't met since last time. On number 8, the Digby Art Bank, we met last week, selected 3 pieces of art from the submissions, and Thursday we're meeting again to make our final selection.
Oh.
So that'll be done Thursday. The Digby Library, we haven't had another meeting. Senior Safety met last week.
Yeah, I'll let you talk on that because I had the public flu, so I didn't make it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Thursday night. Still a lot of scams going on. A lot of seniors still being scammed, gift cards and so on. Matthew Raymond is retiring from his job at the town, so we don't have a bookkeeper anymore. And they were kind of hoping that the municipality would take it over. Tom said, that the town had looked after the books and stuff for 25 years, and thought maybe the municipality might do it. If we don't, they would have to source it out.
Well, I think that's a meeting though between the 2 CAOs, the mayor and the warden.
So I'm in communication with the CAO of the town about that.
Okay. So there's a change over there. Tyview Terrace, we met the end of February. And we have a special meeting on Friday this week to discuss the cuts to the senior homes. And regional libraries, we haven't met since last time. That's it.
Okay. Do you want to go back to you, Linda?
Yes. First of all, the Fire Association meeting, we told them there was the possibility of the land being granted by the DDA, which has now come to fruition, and I think has been let know. They were very pleased over the idea of where the land was. The other thing that's happened is that the Bear River Fire Department is adding a new mini pumper to its fleet. The truck will bring 1,500 GPMs, 300 gallons of foam mini pumper with 4 SCBA new battery powered jaws, a Hertz 4x4 with 5-man seating. This quick outdoor truck will be used for the first responders in Bear River when the time comes. Our 99 and 51 will be into the new station in Cornwallis when that is finished up and running. So that part is going good. The other that I thought that everyone should know is there's been a change, oh, you rat, by our, get over there, by our government. And I don't know if everyone had saw this, but earlier this morning, um, Premier Houston announced that 53.6 million in grants and funding support people with disabilities, seniors, and education initiatives has been reinstated. 53.6 million in grants, funding reinstated. Government of Nova Scotia News. 31.4 million grants to support seniors and people with disabilities and to help African, Nova Scotian, and Indigenous people access educational opportunities. 22.2 million in funding will be reestablished to community programs that support seniors, disability groups, and the African, Nova Scotian, and Indigenous communities. The NSFM staff will perform more analysis on the upcoming days. The Bill 186, the Support for Fire Protection Services Act, was recommended favorably by the Committee of the Whole on March 9th. Bill 186 will be a third time read later, and the Nova Scotia, the NSFM will continue to monitor and report on that progress. I just thought it was important because of all the things that has been happening, so that we know that. The others have been like our waste check meeting went as normal. We know we need more carts. We know the cost is creeping up. We had a policy meeting where we have been discussing we updated some new policies and are putting in a couple in place. So it's like anything else, you have to keep moving. There is usually I find with our our chair does it instead of me, so I leave it alone with him. Also, did I lose you guys? Sorry. Is my picture still there?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as I'm seeing, because here I'm suddenly gone. Also, in tomorrow I will be attending a updated invite by the municipal floodline map, so that will be I'll be doing it online. Otherwise, it's been a fairly when it comes to our committee meetings, it's been steady, but nothing that stood out of the way that made me go Yahoo or no, except the fire association. But now we can now step forward.
All right, go ahead, Jill.
Okay, the Heritage Advisory Committee, I just kind of assumed Rob's report was adequate, so I had submitted minutes, but Planning Advisory Committee has not met since December. Marketing and Levy Committee met in December, and the next meeting is scheduled actually for next week, March 11th. It's tomorrow, yes. It was next week when I was doing this. Digby Area and Housing Work Group, they now meet as needed, and they're looking to set up a meeting. They have guaranteed funding now from CMHC, and they're waiting on the new fiscal year for the province to come forth with their share, and they're hoping that's April 1st. So they are planning to go ahead with their groundbreaking mid-April, and that will be in collaboration with the new Commons Development Group that they're working with, and they are having their AGM March 24th, 4:30 at Pizza Delight. Waste Check met actually just before our meeting last month, and the next meeting is actually scheduled for May 5th. Digby Area Tourism, we had a Zoom meeting on February 26th, and that was mainly to review the financials, the marketing report. I want them to do a bylaws review and they're looking at the hiring for the new tourism development position. The feedback has been really positive on the marketing promotions, and comments were made about the increased presence on Facebook and that of the various Digby sites and things to do. Guidebooks are going out for printing in the very near future, and they're looking at new display sites simply because with some of the museums and the tourism places being closed down, they've lost some of the places where they would normally display the guidebooks. So they're looking at other alternatives for that. The bylaws have been shared with them all, and feedback deadline on that is March 15th. So.
Perfect. Very cool. Committee reports for me. I went to Digby Remo. We met with Claire, our new municipal partners in Claire. The grant money that Bruce would use year to year, and we used it last year for our generator. The group decided to use it this year for Claire to get a generator, backup generator for their municipality. So that's what we're doing with that. Warden LeBlanc and I asked the committee to investigate the back street of the old pop bottle plant to see if there's a possibility to build a water fill-up station serving residents, such as the one in the town of Yarmouth. It would help both Digby and Clare residents and help avoid congestion on the front street where there was a lot of issues there that summer. So we're just going to look into that and see if there's a possibility, cost, or even we can do it, but we'll find out more. Digby Area Recreation, preparing the budget for 2026-2027 fiscal year. Dark's had a very busy year. Lots of programming is going on. It's made staff very busy. It's also added extra expenses to the budget. Sharon is working with the Tri-County Regional School Board on many issues such as community theater use, open school gym, and shared parking lot space. See what comes of that. The Digby Harbor Port Authority basically had updated us on the recent developments and funding from the Sustainable Challenge Fund, the municipality's 2-year contribution. That'll be we all went for the $25,000 a year, and the committee is reviewing the employees' job descriptions and updating them. So that's what we did at the last meeting. Digby Industrial Commission, the committee looked at the proposed assessment layout done by EXP back in 2018. It was a good idea, as most members have been new to the committee since the report was done. We discussed what we would like to do in the future when the front 4 lots are sold. It was mentioned that the price of having roads, water, and sewer installed at the time was $5 million, and it will probably have doubled since then at that point. So we're looking at possible site surveys for power and drill wells on the site. Talked about that, and just different angles to see where we can go with it. And of course, the warden mentioned the committee also approved the lease for the fire departments to use the piece of land up by Tony Chutes to install a fire school. So, and the senior safety, sorry George, I couldn't make it that night, but you handled her. So that's the end for me. Tonight there is no in camera, so I just.
Matt.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
On the, I don't have my glasses with me, so I don't know what page it is, but about the generator on the dark report. There's a section on the generator.
Oh, are you talking about the renewable energy, the project with Terry?
Yeah.
We're talking about?
Oh, maybe it could
That's
be.
the repurpose, the biogas.
Biogas generators.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's just
I thought
something that we're looking
that's for sale.
Well,
It's still for sale.
we had applied for a grant this year to do a study on repurposing it, and then that would provide us some information that will be useful to us when we go to sell it as well. So once the study's over, we will make the decision: are we selling it, or is it worthwhile to repurpose it? So that's just part of that study.
Just because we mentioned it, what's the expectation for that in terms of time? Do we know when the study?
When the study will be done? It'll be done latest, probably before that though. It's ongoing right now. It's been awarded to CBCL. We're having a site meeting at their facility tomorrow, and we had given them originally a timeline of end of July. but the grant timeline was extended due to a changeover in the minister, and since then, the time frame for reporting has also been extended. So,
Any other questions? You all good, Warden?
Yep.
Just need a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
All right.
Bye.
Very minded, motion carried.